36 in the chat. There's TC. Hello, TC.
Hello, TC.
Hello, RV. Centrally starting had some problems with this right now.
Yeah. Hey, RBA.
A mutant calf with half-human face stuns farmers in a remote village in Argentina. I'm actually on time. I'll tell you you're on time because I was late, that's why. Yeah, I felt you should put that thing out of his misery. So that just looks painful.
It says
Thanks.
human face. For some reason, it looks more like a bulldog to me.
In fact, I think it already is dead. It looks at it. I think they already did kill it. A mutant calf.
It's a shame. It was oddly cute.
I think it's fucking ugly. A mutant calf is born with an eerie-looking human face, has been captured on a bizarre video. The beast born with a small nose and mouth was filmed by Shock Locals in Villa Ana in the north of Argentina. However, the unfortunate animal was unable to support the weight of his own head, only lived for a couple of hours, so it died anyway. Probably for the best, really.
Like I said, it was oddly cute.
Yeah, the YouTube video shows the calf lying on the grass with his grumpy human-like face peering at the camera. According to local specialists, the calf was born with a malformed skull, which is to blame for this unusual appearance. Genetics expert Nicholas Magnago said it could be a rare genetic mutation. Now, the shocking mutation is a change in the DNA sequencing that transferred to the cow's offspring. It was a spontaneous mutation caused by the action of mutagens, physical, chemical, or biological agents which alter this genetic sequencing. We told in June 2017, we told how another calf born with human features was being worshipped by villagers in India. He believed it is an avatar of a Hindu god. The calf was born with eyes, nose, and ears resembling that of a human in an animal shelter in foreign Uttar Pradesh, northern India. In March this year, we reported how his piglet stunned experts after being born with no hair and an elephant-like trunk on his face. A farmer named only as Lee was shocked when his mother pig gave birth to a deformed beast along with 20 normal piglets. I guess press F for the cow. Oh, sorry for the best, that thing died, really. That thing wasn't going to survive too long.
Like I said, it was oddly kind of cute. So if it had lived, that I'm sure it would have been very popular.
Or terrified people. Fanny's
It depends
faggots
on the
haven't
person,
gone.
I guess.
Fanny's faggots haven't gone down well after Google bans advert. A cafe owner has had to remove a post on the internet after it was deemed too offensive. Joe Evans Bring, 63, owner of Fanny's Red Shop, wanted to promote her faggots, so started paying for advertising on Google. Within weeks of launching her initial campaign, faggot sales rose significantly. So realizing she was onto something, Joe decided to put a picture of her food on her website. I mean, she wasn't actually selling gay people, Google. Faggots is actually a dish.
Or cigarettes.
No, that's just a fag. But then she got an email from Google saying that faggots with peas and onion gravy had been removed for containing inappropriate and offensive content. Faggots is a traditional dish long popular in the English Midlands and south in mid Wales, made with minced cuts and offal. But the word faggot was misconstrued by Google administrators to refer to the pejorative term of abuse referring to gay men. Jo said she was startled by what happened. The world's gone totally mad. She said people need to spend their time dealing with real problems, not things where the word or not the word faggots when selling that meat is hateful. No, because it's the correct term. But then again, so like this is just giving herself free advertising though. So I guess in the end it's probably not going to work that badly for you.
Well, there was a trying to remember what they'd be called over there. Pliers. I guess spanners, but probably about the best thing I can think of. They ended up they tried to advertise, they were refused because the guy who owned the company was named Dick, and a term for, one of the terms for pliers or spanners or box wrenches or whatever you want to call them is dikes as well. Specifically channel locks, but that's brand name. So the guy actually tried to call them Dick's Dikes.
Yeah, but dike's also a wall. Yeah, in Scotland, the dike can also refer to a wall.
Yeah.
Stupid. But the word faggot was misconstrued by Google administrators to refer to the pejorative term of abusing. Pejorative term of abuse referring to gay men. Jo said she was startled by what happened and the world's gone totally mad. So people need to spend it. There comes a time where businesses need to reinvent themselves, and after 8 years of running the shop, I've decided now was one of those times. Fanny's has been doing really well because of the internet campaign. We've noticed a big change in the past couple of weeks. People have been coming from a little further afield because they're paying for adverts when the Google places to eat. They love coming to Fanny's because it's fun and retro. I posted the advert for Fanny's faggots with peas and onion gravy as an additional meal for one of my favorites on the 27th. But the next day, I got an email from Google saying they'd removed the post of ours and then refused, and then referred to us to their posting contents policy. Me and Chris had a look and realized they'd removed the faggots. When we couldn't think it was for any reason other than having the word faggots in it. Fanny's Red Shop was awarded a certificate of excellence 2019 prize. Has been scoring consistent 4.5 stars on TripAdvisor. Joe admits finding the rental recently funny. Honestly funny. Has become infuriated by the decision, saying, "I'm totally sidelined by it, to be honest." First, we found it kind of funny, but ultimately, we're furious by the decision. I really don't associate the word fag as if anything offensive. And yet, someone has made a decision that's affected my livelihood. Well, that's Google for you.
Uh-huh.
It wouldn't even have been a person that done this. It's probably like fucking Google bot that done this.
Probably, and then on top of that, I'd actually like to ask a question: is if her advertisement was banned for that reason, did she get her money back?
Probably not.
I'm willing to bet she didn't. Yeah.
Think of all the nasty stuff that's on the internet. Why are they wasting their time with Fanny's rest shop calf? We're just asking what's the world come to. Oh, like I said, Google. Google are way too powerful. I don't think anyone's like, is anyone actually still watching this? And TC should be still working in the background, but not I'll be away. And Google taking offense again, yep. Dozens of mushrooms found growing in women's ear, leaving doctors shocked. 5 watching apparently. Like, how do you not clean your ears to the point where that happens? Like, seriously. Grim video shows dozens. There you go.
Ew. As I said, that's just gross.
Grim video shows dozens of mushrooms are found growing in a woman's ear. Patient claiming to a clinic in Vietnam complaining their ears were itchy and painful. Was the mushrooms for anything else? Probably not. It happened at a medical center in Dien Bien province. Video, which is not for the squeamish, showed the scale of the problem. Drop all Scotsmen on their heads as babies. Cryptic, to be honest, I wouldn't be shocked if that happened to me. That would explain a lot. According to the doctor who treated her, the medics were surprised what they found. That's a Cryptic, you're Vietnamese, aren't you? At least we don't have fucking mushrooms growing in our ears. Yeah. So yeah, Cryptic, I blame the mushrooms growing in this woman's ear on you. The doctor used endosonic equipment on the 9th of September and was stunned to see so many mushrooms growing. I grow my penis in someone's ear. So basically, you're admitting that your penis is small enough to fit in someone's ear. Oh.
Well, to be fair, I'm sure if there's mushrooms growing on the reactor in Chernobyl, yeah, I'm pretty sure they could live in some chick's ear.
Like, why would you?
I guess better her. Yeah, I guess better her ear than a different orifice. Yeah.
His thought on ear infection could be to blame. If left to fester, the mushrooms could destroy the woman's ear canal. We're all mushrooms because we're all fun guys to be with. Ugh.
But I'm bummed.
That's gonna be Skittles to probably find funny and give a bell to. And the doctor's quickly removed the mushrooms from the girl's ear. So yeah, I feel like you should probably wash your ears. Someone must have managed to get to that point. Yeah, let's just get to that point. That quickly.
She must have used the portobello as pillow or something.
And a cryptic mentioned penis, so we're gonna have a nice segue here. If it fucking loads, come on, Daily Mail. Men to be urged to stop rubbing toothpaste on their penises to last longer in bed. Over fears the odd trend could cause burns and blisters.
Who the hell ever came up with that idea?
I don't know, some complete idiot, clearly, because anyone who's ever used like ice, like shower gel and body wash and stuff would know that stuff hurts. So why the hell you think it was a good idea to rub toothpaste on your dick? Would like nah.
See, now I use a peppermint body wash. Don't knock it till you try it, people.
I've tried it. It hurts.
Gives you. Well, it's you and I we probably use a different brand. Where the one I have probably has a lot less oil in it, or a lot less peppermint oil in it. But even with the little bit of amount of oil that's in it, it doesn't hurt. But oh my goodness, is it a very interesting sensation. So why the hell rub a paste with the pure mint shit on it on your Johnson? What the hell were you thinking?
They probably weren't thinking. British men are being warned to stop smearing toothpaste on their penises as part of a bizarre trend to help them last longer in bed. The old suggestion has no effect on sexual performance and can inflict burns and blisters on their genitals, experts have warned. The peppermint oils and other chemicals in toothpaste, including bleaching agents, can be extremely irritating to sensitive skin. Also, like and share the stream, people. I've only got 5 viewers right now. I feel like a channel my size should probably get more than that. I used to get more than that, so I don't know what the fuck happened there. Yeah. The bizarre technique puts women at high risk of contracting an infection in their vagina, experts say. Cheers, DC. That's about it. I don't know what Americans call it, but probably burn your belly end as well.
Head.
Yeah, probably burn that. And that would hurt like fuck.
Yeah.
It's because you talk about vaginal mushrooms. That wasn't me that told. That wasn't me that spoke about that. That was Chucker. I spoke about ear mushrooms. YouTube videos describing how to apply toothpaste have racked millions of views. Really, there's actually people on YouTube telling you how to rub toothpaste on your dick.
Come on, BT. the in YouTube right now.
I bet those videos are monetized as well.
I wouldn't doubt it.
One recent video advises men to massage toothpaste on the tip of your penis to crush premature ejaculation and erectile dysfunction and last 30 minutes longer. And one girl says penis, which is appropriate given the article. Just don't be rubbing any toothpaste on that penis. Although I feel like it's you, so you probably would. I wouldn't put it past you to do so. Hotly debated posts have also been sprouting up on forums like Reddit in recent months. Consultant pharmacist James O'Lone sounding the alarm on following the flurry of posts on social media. Mr. O'Lone, a pharmacist at online doctor services Doctor for You, said there's zero evidence toothpaste can aid sexual problems. I feel like if you've got erectile dysfunction, it's not just use Viagra. And that's what it's there for. He said, I just anyone thinking of trying this technique, trying this rather worrying toothpaste techniques to cease and desist. It won't do anything at all to combat premature ejaculation or erectile dysfunction, despite claims being made in these videos. I never do it. A man in pain would cause a woman to go insane. No thanks. How so? How would a man in pain cause a woman to go insane?
The whole joke about the flu versus the man flu thing.
Not like women, whatever that's saying to begin with. Whining. Man colds. No.
You know, etc. only works if you have 2 or 3 examples.
Well, this is whining and man colds. So that's why women are always so naggy, then, is it? Is that why women are always so naggy? Is it just whining men, apparently? Peppermint oils and other chemicals in toothpaste, including bleaching agents, can be extremely irritating to sensitive skin. Putting on your genitals risk a mild burn as well as blisters and scarring. Men need direction, hence the nag. So the nagging is just to keep the man on track, is it? Or to steer him on the correct path? I guess it's kind of the same thing. By putting on your genitals, you actually risk a mild burn as well as blisters and scarring, and toothpaste should in no way be used as a lubricant either. A popular YouTube video, which has 1.1 million views, was uploaded by YouTube user Jose Barber, who describes himself as a healthcare tipster. The footage specifies that toothpaste should be applied to the tip of the penis before having sex. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Either way, don't use toothpaste that's in the don't. I can't say for toothpaste over there, but in the U.S., don't use toothpaste on your honker. Keep it far away from any genitalia, for that matter. Toothpaste is a fucking abrasive. That means it scratches shit.
The other thing toothpaste should be going on is my teeth. something I use it for. It also describes it as an affordable alternative to premature ejaculation or erectile dysfunctions. I feel like getting toothpaste in the vagina would also be bad. It is bad because it said earlier in the article that women can get infections from that, so yeah. Because obviously if the man's putting it on the penis and it ends up in the vagina, so yeah. You can get infection. And you have a sense of pride. You ejaculate too fast. Follow my simple suggestions on curing premature ejaculation and you'll last for 30 minutes or longer by the end of the week. A similar claim uploaded by the DCH Daily Healthcare and viewed 65,000 times makes similar claims. Mr. Alone says there's hope for those who suffer premature ejaculation or erectile dysfunction, but toothpaste isn't it. Yeah, most people have heard of the drug. Sildenafil, often sold as the brand Viagra, which increases blood flow to the penis and helps maintain erection. Hello, English Tom. For premature ejaculation, there is also a drug that's not well known and which also helps combat premature ejaculation. That doesn't make any sense. Wait, what? For premature ejaculation, there's also a drug that's not as well known and also which helps combat premature ejaculation. I feel like that's a bad grammar there. Yeah. Which is called Fortison. It's not as easy to use. Spray which contains the local anesthetics, lidocaine and Frilocaine, which is designed to decrease sensitivity in the penis. It was only approved for use in Europe in November 2016, but since we began offering it via prescriptions in March 2017, it's been proving extremely popular. Urologist Rich Viney said toothpaste has absolutely no effect on sexual performance, and any perceived benefit is a placebo. He told Mail Online it makes you less sensitive. Toothpaste is naturally abrasive, so it might make intercourse uncomfortable, which may help in lasting longer, but it could lead to infections in the woman's vagina. You do not want foreign material inside the vagina. It's inherited. Anyone using toothpaste for sex is kidding themselves. There are real remedies that can work out there. Go to your local Butch branch. There are lubricants which are safe and tested, and Butch is like a pharmacy, like drugstore type place over here.
Well, to be fair about one thing, I guess, at least they're not shoving wasp nests up there no more.
Yeah, it was women that did that, though.
Yeah, but here it is mentioning women sticking toothpaste up their hoo-house as well.
No, I think it was the men sticking up their dick on their dick, and then it ended up in the vagina because they're having sex.
Either way, it's going up in there.
Yeah, true. Oh.
Blind girl, lidocaine is the primary active ingredient in Orajel, and there are lubricants that have lidocaine in it.
So men must be wanting a cheaper alternative than lidocaine for the penis. Who's sticking what where? What we walked in on. English Tom, you walked in on people sticking toothpaste on their dick to try and make them last longer in sex. and to also act as Viagra as well. Yeah, no, I use Onadil for neuropathy issues on my feet.
What the fuck, people? You mean I sat still for 20 minutes for nothing? Oh, hell no.
For a quick fix and everything. I'll get the next article in like 2 seconds because I'm rolling a cigarette. Yeah, hold joy.
No worries.
Yeah, I feel like I
Yeah,
should
so I
probably do this
just spent the last
beforehand.
20 minutes rolling several for the entire stream. Not a bad idea.
Yep.
So the irony is I actually just spent the last 20 minutes sitting still for an accident that is cleared up. Oh, I'm not happy now.
Ugh. That's always what happens, though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
By the time you get to the end of the traffic job, the
I actually had
traffic
happened.
job.
Yeah. I had a chance of getting back to the warehouse tonight, and this just.
As soon as boy goes, I can do this one
Somewhat.
because I think this might be a form of autism, but I'm not 100% sure on this one. Scottish boy with starburst eyes born with rare genetic condition, which means he has no fear of strangers. Alex Vassie 4 has a rare medical condition where he's extra sociable and can't tell when people are being mean. That to me just sounds like it's a form of autism.
That boy needs to be kept away from any and all salesmen at all costs.
Yep. His beaming smile and very cheerful nature. Alex Vassie might be just one of the friendliest kids in Scotland. The 4-year-old has a rare medical condition, which means he's extra sociable and has no fear of strangers. That can be a good thing, but it can also be a very, very bad thing.
That it could.
He suffers from Williams syndrome, a genetic disorder which causes a range of health and developmental problems, including being over-friendly. So when he started nursery school, his parents told him Bethan had no worries about him making friends. And while some children may shy away, they don't know. Some people they don't know, Alex will stop and speak to everyone he meets. The condition also means Alex has no understanding when people are being mean. It does kind of sound like autism, doesn't it?
A little bit.
Definitely some similarities.
To be honest, I've known a few girls like that in my life. They got in a bunch of trouble because they were a little too friendly.
Yeah, it's being nice and it's being overly nice.
And then there's like the couple girls I knew which were out and out whores, but yeah.
It's definitely a social deficiency. Yeah, so they're definitely
I
similarities.
had some social stuff. Infections mainly, but yeah.
Don from Aberdeen says Alex will speak to anyone, but he won't comprehend things like stranger danger. Like other Williams children, he is genuinely so happy, caring, and loving. And sees the good in everyone. He's also very empathetic. If another kid starts crying, he wants to know that they're okay. See, that's a good thing, but he's very friendly and outgoing, and that's the thing. He could easily be taken advantage of and lacks social awareness. His verbal skills are also greater than his peers, a characteristic of the syndrome, which can often mask the issue. But Don explained Alex has no concept of when words are being said to upset someone, leaving him vulnerable. He said he picks up a lot from the environment that he's in, so just a normal child then, in that sense. So it's pretty normal for a child to pick up things from the environment they're in.
Yeah.
Because I could
So
tell
he's
what
born with them rose tinted glasses.
he repeats them quite easily and doesn't necessarily understand the concept of them. You're describing my son. See that line, that just sounds like a normal kid to me. It's pretty normal for a kid to like overhear something an adult says, repeat it, and then not understand what the fuck it actually means.
Well, RBA says you're describing his son.
So yeah, so that's pretty normal for a kid to be like that, isn't it?
Yeah, to be fair, my son's like that too.
Alex Feimar. Dawn and Bethan.
The same Mia.
I don't know. I don't even know what that is, to be honest. Dawn and Bethan, 38. Wait, what? So now they're both 38, even though he was 40 earlier. One, that's all one word, and two, he was 40 earlier, now he's 38. What? Okay, then. Turns out they aged him 2 years by mistake, I guess.
Well, they probably just rounded it. They probably just rounded it up for effect, and then was a little more specific later on.
I never heard of the condition until Alex he was also sentenced to loud noises, was diagnosed at a year old. But unbeknown to them, the most visible side of the disease occurred months earlier. Never heard of it, never heard of it before, but it seems to fit. His eyes have a starburst pattern around his iris. Everyone kept saying he has beautiful eyes, but that's a feature of Williams syndrome. We noticed it when he was first born. For 10 months, Alex was his sister, Agatha, too, had appeared in perfect health, but then became ill with a cold and was taken to the doctor, who listened to his chest. And a heart murmur test showed he had a major heart defect. Some disease, a narrowing of the main blood vessel that carries blood from the heart to the rest of the body. It's a common anomaly in patients with Williams syndrome. And genetics tests confirm this condition. Don, who was he was a UK funding officer and Scottish coordinator for the Williams Syndrome Foundation, said, "They told us it was life-changing, and you think the world's coming to an end when you imagine that your child is going to be suddenly changed. It's a bit of grief for you, but you come to terms with it. Yeah, to us, he's just a normal wee man. You wouldn't change him. He's funny, friendly, cheery little boy and keeps us happy. The syndrome affects 1 in 18,000 people, including 20 families in Scotland." To mark the Foundation's 40th anniversary next year, Dawn is organising a special conference in Stirling for all families affected north of the border. And that's everyone in Scotland, in case you didn't know how UK geography works. Because when a Scottish person says down south, they mean England. Like if I was to say I was going down south, I mean it means England. Seeing this, how the hell is this even allowed? Neo-Nazi elected as council chief in Germany because he knows how to send emails. We have nobody else, particularly no young people who are familiar with computers, who can send emails. Says one of his council members who voted in favor of the new chief. So I thought that even if you're the fucking slightly sniff that you're even anywhere near being a Nazi, you were not allowed anywhere near politics in Germany and probably get arrested.
Yeah.
I'm not Southern, goddammit. Yes, you are. Except that you live down south. A member of a far-right party with neo-Nazi ties has been elected as the head of a local council in Germany for his ability to use a computer and send emails. You tell me that nobody else in the council knew how to send an email?
Isn't that kind of like opposite of what it should be?
What do you mean by that?
It's supposed to be the millennials that know all the electronics.
To be fair, we don't know his age, though. He looks like he'd be in his 30s or 40s by the looks of him there.
No. Apparently it's kicking off again.
Stefan Jags Foreign of the National Democratic Party was elected as a municipal officer in the village of Allenstad Foreign in Foreign. He ran unopposed and was elected by a board of 7 members, which included representatives of mainstream politics, including Angela Merkel's Christian Democratic Union and centre-left Social Democrats. Angela Merkel indirectly supporting the far right there. Interesting, that one.
Well, the thing is, the neo-Nazis the Nazis weren't exactly right wing.
Yeah, the far right and the far left are two cheeks of the same arse.
Yeah, true.
That's why, like, when they fight each other, I always thought, why do you actually sit and speak to each other? You'd find you have a fair amount in common.
I think I liked it better in the U.S. when the far right were the Amish and the Mennonites. Do what you want, just leave us the hell alone.
Really, was that considered far right?
Dominated by their religion.
Yeah, I knew they were.
They're so religious. They just don't. Yeah, they're just so religious. They just don't deal with anybody who's not.
Yeah, they usually just keep them themselves, though.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Krabby.
Hey.
One of those who voted in favor of Mr. Jasku Foreign was council member Norbert Foreign, who told a local news network that the decision was based on skills, not political views. We voted for him due to the fact nobody else, particularly no young people, are familiar with computers. They're beginning to sound like Amish now, aren't they? And who can send emails.
That sounds like an excuse. We don't agree with his politics, but he knows how to send an email.
And you tell me nobody else in the village knew I was sending an email.
See,
I
the worst
refuse to
part
believe
is,
nobody
as
else
far
in
as
the
this
village
village
knew I was
goes, if
sending.
nobody, so if nobody knows how to, wouldn't it be safe to assume that nobody else how to read an email either?
Yeah.
Or get to read an email.
Yeah. TC says, "Hey, Grabby."
Hello.
However, leaders from across Germany's political spectrum have condemned the election of a man who was a member of the NDP, a political party that in 2017 saw Germany's constitutional court rule the NDP's politics were contrary to the democratic principles enshrined in the country's constitution. See, if they're linked to neo-Nazis, I'm surprised Germany just didn't ban them outright. Because Germany's pretty much banned any depiction of Nazis in anything.
Hell, they arrest people who they arrest people who sit there and jokingly make the damn salute.
Yep. Like you aren't like even like video games and stuff. Like I think it was like Call of Duty or something had to like change it when it was released in Germany because they had like Nazi zombies or something, and that wasn't allowed. Because any depiction of Nazis isn't allowed in Germany.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Intolerable and completely
Well, I guess
unacceptable.
I guess that's proof of everything where they say, those who forget the past.
Yep. Intolerable and completely unacceptable, Ralph Stenger, the SDP deputy leader, said on Twitter in reference to the election of Mr. Foreign. It's completely incompatible with the basic values of SDP. This damages the reputation of social democracy. Well, you know what? Those who don't know, social democracy is literally just a term for fucking democratic socialism.
Yeah.
So, you know, lad, you kind of did that yourself when you, because democratic socialism is fine, but national socialism isn't. Yeah.
And they're not that far removed from each other. That's the problem.
No. Yeah, Wolfenstein was censored in Germany, if that's what you were talking of. Well, back in mid-conversation. I don't know, I just know with some game they censored it because it was you weren't allowed to depict Nazis. There's been a lot of games like that actually that had to be censored in Germany because of that.
Yeah, there was a recent game within the last 6 months that they released that oh god, they're talking about one particular game when somebody put out this video saying video games turn you into a white supremacist because not everybody can spawn as a member of the Allied Nations.
What?
Yeah, it was one of those videos where the play online you spawned randomly as either a Brit, an American, a German, a Japanese, and they were talking about yeah, it's very, very bad if you spawn as a Nazi
or a Jap as well, I assume. Cause...
No, not really. From what I understand, the Germans don't have a problem rubbing the Japanese's noses in it.
Yeah, the Japs sided with them though.
They did.
And then again, so did Italy, which nobody really mentions the fact that Italy sided with them. Spain, Miller, Winter, and Garcia portrayed two UDC leaders, and Hesse also declared their shock and absolute lack of understanding of the election in a joint statement, according to a German newspaper. They added that there was the wrong decision had to be corrected. Lisa Rinaldi, district's SCP chief, said she was completely stunned by the turn of events. Mr. Foreign claimed he would work for the interests of the town and continued to work constructively across parties. In a statement posted on his official Facebook page. On his Facebook page, he can be seen in a photo holding a placard reading "Missing Migration and Naming Genocide," in apparent reference to the pseudoscience of an anti-Semitic white genocide conspiracy theory popular in neo-Nazi circles. The NDP is consistently linked to neo-Nazi groups. Mr. Foreign previously made headlines in 2016 when he was the victim of a serious car crash and was rescued by Syrian refugees traveling in a nearby coach. At the time, he had reportedly written racist statements on his Facebook page, including "the boat is full, stop the asylum flood, integration is genocide." Allenstad's SDP leader Marcus Brando said the board members were forced to write for the far-right figure because there were no alternative candidates for the post. I don't know what he did, though. I think he seen this and he thought, here's a chance to get into politics here. That's what you see it as, because like no. When the Blacklands Council indicated we discussed the new appointment, however, the Telegraph reported Mr. Foreign has threatened legal action if his appointment is reversed. There have been concerns in recent years in Germany that extreme far right-wing views and subsequently right-wing violence are on the rise in Germany. Earlier this year, Politico reported the figures from the annual intelligence services report on the protection of Germany's democratic constitution saw there are more than 100 right-wing extremists in 2018, up from 24,000 in 2017. One of those described in the report as being right-wing extremists. Around 12,700 people are classified as being violence-orientated. And just last month, a German newspaper reported in 2019, neo-Nazi groups and far-right groups also committed more than 8,000 crimes in years up to date. But then they weren't. Interesting how they don't mention any left-wing crime. Funny that one, isn't it?
Well,
Meanwhile,
I think they're centering around the.
Yeah, but they won't make. Even if they were compared, it's still interesting how they won't mention any left-wing ones because, like, you know they would do if it was less.
They would, but like I said, it's kind of not really the point of this article. The point of this article is see how bad these people are. He's one of them.
I don't know, I'm just hoping for consistency where there's never going to be any consistency. Meanwhile, support for far-right
As long as there's any kind of partisanship newspaper, they ain't going to happen.
Nope.
You know?
Support for far-right parties appears to have grown in this month's regional elections, with the far-right Alternative for Germany posting a strong online total results since 2013 when it finished second in 2 regional elections in the east of the country. The results suggest its anti-establishment message and support for its far-right political views have a good base support, particularly in the east of the country. Oh, we lost Crappy. Must be in
Uh-oh.
a dead zone.
Yeah, they're he died drive through. Frankly, I'm surprised I haven't gone through one yet.
Yep. There we go. Right. A woman marrying U.S. serial killer will die one day, so she doesn't mind if it's U.S. Woman marrying U.S. serial killer will die one day, so she doesn't mind if that could be at the hands of him. Tracy Bottomley will be traveling to America to meet double murder Ernest Otto Smith after the couple struck up log exchanging letters for a prison pen pal scheme. Sorry. Yeah, I think this is desperation.
Yeah,
Like, you have to be pretty desperate to want to fuck someone who is a serial killer.
I'm not. I I got nothing. I got nothing.
Basically, just agree with what I just said.
Pretty much.
The women who said they to cross the Atlantic. That might be some hardcore kink. I mean, enough women can be attracted to bad boys, so I kind of guess so.
Oh Lord, sweetheart, whatever you do, do not look at him and say, "Choke me, daddy." Don't do it.
Not something I'd go for, Mike. Yeah, I wouldn't want to go for it either. But you're surprised. You'd be surprised how many women are into that. I don't think we've got women watching right now, unless Blind Girl's still here.
Well, there's a difference. There's a difference between being into that and basically saying, "Okay, time for me to die." You know, I mean,
She says, "Oh, yeah, I know you wouldn't be into that." Yeah, you can do that. I mean, I'm not woman who she
I
was
will
a cheater,
say,
I wouldn't get with her because why would you? I'd rather not get murdered in my sleep.
RVA, unfortunately for me, I would not be surprised. So, but that's for different reasons.
That's why I said hardcore kink.
That's
I mean,
probably very subjective as to what's hardcore, though.
A woman is said to travel across the Atlantic to marry a double murder she fell in love with through a prison pen pal scheme. I'm totally bamboozled by that headline. Toxic masculinity. Tracy Bottomley joined the prison pen pal scheme out of curiosity after a series of unlucky relationships and a failed marriage in 2017 and in 2003. Fucking hell, what the fucking hell am I on about? The 41-year-old was unable to make contact with convicted murderer Ernest Otto Smith through an advert on a prison Facebook page. Smith, 52, from Ohio, was sentenced to life without parole after murdering a man and a woman in 2005. The pair started sending emails.
So what exactly would that profile's title be? You know, hi, I'm Ernest. I like long walks on the beach, watching sunsets, and then feeling the life drain out of my victims as I feel my hands around their cold necks.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you have to
mean,
know you killed
yeah.
2 people.
True.
I mean, for me, it
Your
wouldn't take much
eyes
time
won't be
to verify
cold and
why you
lifeless when I look into them. Okay, that's creepy. Anyway,
I mean, we're all gonna die, but to die at the hands of a serial killer, that makes it okay. Yeah, to her, apparently, yeah. I mean, for me, it would depend on the circumstances of why you ended up killing the 2 people. If it wasn't self-defense, okay, fair enough. But
well,
I mean, other than
technically,
that,
my question is this: so if she's saying I'm fine with it, I'm cool with it, if she's sitting there saying that often enough, would that actually constitute consent?
to murder,
Sort
I
of.
don't know. But then again, even because there's been cases where people have been consented to actually die and stuff, and it's been counted as murder. So
Yeah, but, yeah.
I'm not really too sure where this woman's from.
ARVA. RVA, just remember necrophilia is nature's way of saying, hey, crack open a cold one.
The parents started
I'm
saying
going to hell.
to one another 3 times a day in 6 weeks, and for 6 weeks before they eventually spoke over the phone for the first time. Tracy from West Yorkshire said she was attracted to Smith for his honest account of his past. I don't know, I mean, if you're a serial killer, I think you kind of have to be. And Blind Hills just says, ooh, trucker. She told the Daily Star. Ernest Advert did detail his crimes, so I knew he'd been in jail for life for killing 2 people. Witness consent to role play transfer to consent to be murdered. It doesn't even energy.
I'm sure there's some legal way to do it.
Self-defense, yes.
I guess. I mean, if it's consent to murder, have the person who's about to get murdered send a bunch of emails saying, all right, time for me to go kill my boyfriend or whatever.
I mean, theoretically,
as soon as all the emails are sent,
I mean, you could portray it as self-defense. I mean, you could say, like, say 2 people start firing off guns at each other, for example. If one of them
right,
hits
and
the other
that's what I'm
person, they
saying
then
is
get
make
killed.
sure, right, make sure the person, make sure the person who's killing you has the airtight self-defense argument go, down, and off you go.
But he spoke about what he'd been through and how he was a victim of child abuse, which led him to using drugs to battle his depression and anxiety. I've been in an abusive relationship before, and the way he spoke about his experiences as a child really changed my view. really reasoned with me, really resonated with me. I wanted to get to know him, so I sent in my details through. And a few days later, I got an email from him. The relationship continues.
So she's saying it's all right because he's flat out saying, you will die by my hand.
You're not saying that.
I mean, I hate to say it, but that's the vibe I'm picking up.
But then again, actually, technically, it doesn't detail the reason why he killed the 2 people.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, it could be. So it could have been self-defense for all we know. I don't know.
Yeah, but if he only, but the weird thing is, if he only killed 2 people, does he really count as a serial killer?
Yeah, serial killer counts as more than one person. So.
Mm-hmm.
The relationship continued to grow to a point where Smith became comfortable revealing his dark past. Hello, Rosie. Tracy said, Ernest doesn't scare me. I've never been someone who gets frightened easily. Yes, he's a serial killer. He's committed a few murders. I understand the risk of what could happen, and I still love him. Being killed isn't the best way to go, but
Hello,
everyone dies
Rosie.
one day. I'm going to die eventually. I don't mind the fact it could be at the hands of him. I mean, there's loving someone so much that you don't care if they kill you. I mean, that's a bit. Ernest doesn't sound like a murderer. You can't hear anything crazy in his voice. You regret what he's done. In a letter Smith penned in May this year, he confessed that he was falling in love. My weekend was pretty boring, Rosie, yourself. Girl, do you know how happy you make me? Where have you been all my life? I'm falling in love with you, girl. I feel like you're meant to find me. Smith proposed last month, and the couple plan to marry in the prison next year. I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah.
I did not know you could do that.
Yeah, you can get married. I mean, now as far as the conjugal visits, I don't really think there's very many. I don't think there's any prisons that do that anymore.
Loads of people do that. So I didn't know that was a thing. Getting married in prison.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they're like, I've heard of like ordained ministers and stuff go to prisons, but that's usually to like hand out Bibles and do talks and stuff. But
Yeah,
oh,
but the ministers that go to prisons, and I believe the wardens are actually empowered to do it as well.
but then again, getting ordained is fucking easy. You can literally get ordained online. And it's actually legal as well. You pay like £30 and you can actually do weddings and stuff.
Each state is a little bit different. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, common practice. I believe it's when you enter this territory, and those old school Christian right wingers bring out the term degenerate along with everyone else. A lot of serial killers get married in prison. Chris Watts has a whole fan club. In video center chases, maybe said, "We gotta figure this out. Figure out a way for me to marry you. I know it's hard." He told Daily Star Sunday that their relationship had given him new hope. He said, "When you've got someone else, it helps you focus on something better. It gives you a reason to want to go out and behave." He said. Tracy was still shocked that Smith proposed that he fly into the US to meet her fiance for the first time. Smith robbed, shot, and killed James Dillingham in Toledo, Ohio on the 2nd of January 2005. He was accompanied by Kathy Barnett, who he murdered while on the run in Kentucky after fearing she would report him to the police. He was convicted in March 2006 in Ohio and sentenced to 32 years in solitary confinement in prison. Night, English home. Hopefully work goes well tomorrow.
Night, Tom. Well, 30 years in solitary confinement. No wonder he's marrying the first person he talks to since. Aha.
Yeah. Hey, that's enough to send anyone crazy, though.
Hour a day.
I saw this and I thought, this is probably the most Canadian thing I've heard all day. Canadian man says he pleaded with Black Bear during attack. You don't have to do this.
That is the most Canadian thing I've heard in weeks. Sorry, man, but you ain't got to do this.
We'll go watch some hockey, eh?
Oh, we go
Canadian
watch some
man-
hockey and have a beer.
A Canadian man fighting for his life begged his assailant to let him go, but his pleas went unheeded, which is probably because black bears don't understand English. Bear says,
No
"Bear, it's my
shit.
duty." Brandon Lai was in a walk-in jail in British Columbia at the Ferguson Lake Nature Reserve on Wednesday night, when he says he spotted the black bear which began to chase him. Lai told him he ran and jumped into the small lake, not expecting the bear to follow him. It happened so fast I couldn't even think, so it seemed like the right thing to do. But the swampy water slowed him, and the bear swiped at Lai, leaving him with scratch marks on his back. And the 27-year-old said the dog bear even tried to hold him underwater. I think he was trying to hold me under the water. I was already physically tired and kind of out of breath from when I ran away. And the next thing I know, I'm going to try and get drowned by a freaking bear. Lai said he noticed there was at least a foot or two of water above me, and pushed me in the back and pushed himself back up to fight. It was then Lai resorted to begging. "You don't have to do this," he told the bear. "You don't want to do it." A family said they were nearby and saw Lai running away from the bear in the lake. Lucky for him, the family's dog began to bark, distracting the bear and giving the 27-year-old a chance to break free and swim to a dock. It could have been a whole lot worse. As soon as I got hit, I thought, okay, this is where I die. This is where my head gets chewed apart.
My question is, what did he do to make the bear chase him?
I seen the bear just see him and thought, "Oh, there's lunch for me."
Black bears aren't like that. They don't. I mean, unless the bear's rabid. I mean, it just assumed you stay the hell away from it as it stays away from you.
Yeah, very much.
Watch it come out that this guy was one of them yahoos who walked up and decided, "Hey, let me take a selfie with this bear."
Are you supposed to stand still and not move? I don't know.
No, you're actually if you're faced by a bear, you're actually supposed to shrink yourself down, and walk away slowly, maintaining eye contact the whole time. If you stand up and if you stand still or stand up straight, the bear will actually take it as a threat. It'll take it as you're facing off.
Hey, welcome back, Ravi.
Hey, I'm sorry, I lost all signal.
Don't
Alright.
worry.
You know, the worst part is this actually reminds me about 20-some years ago, the day I actually realized that, oh yeah, I forgot bears can climb trees. Shit. Scrappy knows that story. I'll tell somebody later.
Only way I want to deal is with the bears at the business end of my 30-06.
see, I used the 50 black powder, but problem is I missed. And that some bitch knew where that came from, and he started coming up after me. And now the question is, yes, I used the side pistol on the bear. And before you ask how many bullets it took to kill the bear, I can't tell you. I can tell you how many I used.
Milking the smartphone generation. Indian state to launch Adopt the Cow app. With stray cows and overcrowded shelters, a growing population, a growing problem across India. Madhya Pradesh government wants to introduce high-tech solutions. Cows have been as sacred animals by India's Hindu majority. But now a state government is developing plans to bring this devolution into bring this devotion into the 21st century. Foreign Pradesh government says it will launch an app. A website is to serve as a one-stop shop for people who want to adopt a cow. Why? Just why? Keep up with latest news from there. Cow shelter even purchase items from cow dung to urine. Why? Just why?
See, India's had a slogan for years that said, "We two, ours one." That meant a couple only had one kid, but very few paid attention to it.
Yeah, China had the same thing.
Yep.
But India's got there's over 1 billion people living in India now.
Oh yeah. The city that I was in had 7 million of them.
Yeah, that's more than the whole of Scotland. So yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people. I don't think I can.
The rivers run black.
That doesn't surprise me. Adopting a cow, donating money to a shelter for its upkeep doesn't come cheap. Supporting an individual animal for its lifetime will set you back £3,400. Cash gifts to cow settings with the cow shelters are common, albeit informal, practice in India. They're a kind of Hindu charity said to bring good fortune, and newspapers often carry adverts from such facilities asking for donations. But successful schemes from public cow shelters in the state, like businesses and NRIs, non-resident Indians to adopt individual cows. The MP government is now rolling the scheme to let anyone get involved in hopes the website will speed up the process. With the rise in cow protection, vigilantism, and state laws barring the slaughter of cattle, India is suffering from a stray cow crisis. In MP alone, the government says there are 700,000 dairy cows who have been stopped producing milk. Who stopped producing milk and have been abandoned by their owners. I think it's pretty common in India to see cows walking around the main road and stuff.
Oh yeah. I've seen them on a 4-lane road. The traffic had to go around them because nobody would dare get out and move them.
I've heard if you hit one of them, you piss off the locals.
Yep.
Because obviously it's sacred.
It was nothing to have pigs and chickens and goats and everything on the street.
Now, Crappy, why does that remind me of our previous life? 6-7 trucks sitting in the road while a handful of geese are standing there right in front of us like, what are you going to do?
Yep. Done that a many a time.
Yeah.
Earlier
Well,
this year,
the problem was our the owners of our previous life, we'll say, accidentally hit a goose. They wouldn't say anything. If you intentionally ran the son bitches over, they'd ask you never come back.
Yep.
Assholes.
earlier this year, the MP government pledged to fund 1,000 new cow shelters. A promise which surprised some, since the state has recently changed hands from the Hindu Nationalist Party to some other party, more associated with cow protection, to the aggressive and secularist Congress Party. Congress at the time said it too was partly about partly they cared about cows. So the team was a party that cared about cows, and claimed that the BGP failed to build a single shelter with its previous 15 years of power in the state. The State Minister for Animal Husbandry, Lakan Singh Yadav, said the new website and app would bring the problem of funds in setting up new shelters. There are so many people in the state who worship cows and want to support the welfare of cows. So to give a platform to these people, we're going to introduce high-tech solutions. Officials said they aim to launch the website and app by the end of the month, and as well as the main offering to adopt a cow for between 15 days to a lifetime. Users on a tighter budget will be able to purchase specific items the animal might need, from fresh green fodder and medicines to fans that keep them cool in the heat of the day. Well, this is believed to be the first government website set up just for cows. Cow adoption is not the first to come up with creative solutions to the same problem. Last month, the BJP government in Uttar Pradesh said it was putting up 100,000 abandoned cows for actual adoption, and that any charitable citizens who took a cow into their home would be paid a monthly stipend of £10 a month. £10 to keep up to help with upkeep. Yep, £10 isn't enough to fucking feed a cow, though, is it?
How much is that in US dollars?
About $7, I think.
All right, 7 times. I'll use the rate that I had when I was over there. That's 280 rupees, because it was 40 rupees to the dollar. And then, they usually go out and find their own feed and stuff. So they probably could.
I guess it depends what you use the cow for, but then I think you could sell the cow, but then again in India that wouldn't happen.
No. From what I was told when I was over there, and this is 2007, they said they had to be 20 years old before they could be slaughtered. Most of their beef was imported.
Yeah, that doesn't shock me. See, I think over here the law has to be like, if the cow is over 24 months old, it's not allowed to be slaughtered. And in foreign, the Congress government proposed a scheme in January to pay tribute to those who financially adopted cows during events on Independence Day and Republic Day. The policy was dropped, however, when it turned out it had been proposed by the previous BJP administration. And yeah, Rosie, it's not that much. So yeah, if you want to adopt a cow, do it in India. I don't know why you want to adopt a cow right here, but yeah.
That should be like that whole Feed America thing crap. You remember that back in the 80s? Suzanne Summers thing? Only 70 cents a day will feed a child in some country somewhere. And
Yeah.
when it boils down to it, they got caught that they pretty much used pictures like it was like 20 kids that they sent out pictures of to everybody. So
Yep.
one kid ended up, one particular kid ended up having like 18, 19 sponsors.
Yep.
This outfit was making a damn fortune.
And it's showing me the last article over there.
Okay.
Mum buys £350 iPhone online and gets 2 bars of soap instead. The mum from Michigan was scammed into parting with her cash, which she saved up for 6 months for her daughter's present. Mum who tried to buy an iPhone for her daughter ended up with 2 bars of soap after falling victim to an online scam. Samantha Powell from Michigan, USA, made the deal to buy the $450, £366 phone last month using the buy and sell app Letgo. She and her husband agreed to meet the seller at an apartment complex in Detroit. Yep, makes sense now.
Detroit.
No offense, Chadwick, but Detroit is a shithole.
Well, I think Chadwick will tell you Detroit itself's a shithole.
No, the last time I made fun of Detroit, he wasn't too happy about it.
Mm. That could be worse. Could be Baltimore.
At least it's cleaner.
Yeah. Actually, I heard. Was it Ranty and Monkey was talking this morning about how apparently Baltimore's team whooped the hell out of Miami's team yesterday in football, American football. And I'm sitting here, and I can only sit there and think to myself, of course, because the Baltimore's teams, their training camp involves dodging rats.
Huh.
Man, crackheads, but yeah.
Yeah, having to clean the needle off the pitch before they can train.
Mm-hmm.
But once they exchanged the money, the seller suddenly took off, running with her hard-earned cash in hand. Her husband then opened the box and found no iPhone, but just 2 bars of soap instead. Powell told 7 Action News, when he opened it, we were dumbfounded. We were just staring at it. Did that just happen? They tried going after her, but could not track her down. Samantha says he had saved up 6 months so they could give it to their daughter as a gift. The pair contacted police to file a report, but I've not been able to retrieve the device or money as of yet. Here's the thing: if you're going to buy something online, at least check to at least ask to check the device first before you actually turn over any money.
Yeah.
Save something like this from happening.
Uh-huh.
To add insult to injury, Powell says the seller even went on Facebook and bragged about what she had done. What a fucking idiot. How are you honestly that stupid? I just wrote to people. I know. I'm just gonna go on Facebook and tell the whole world about it.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Fucking idiot. She was pretty much saying, thinking she wasn't going to get caught. See, there was a chance she wouldn't have got caught until she done that.
Right up until she bragged.
Fucking retard.
Hmm.
Almost says we're able to track down the 18-year-old seller because she had provided her phone number for the sale. See, that's why you... Not a very smart criminal, are you? There's a reason why drug dealers have burner phones. So that kind of thing doesn't happen. People are so dumb. Yes, they are, Rosie. That's what amazing why drug dealers usually have one shitty burner phone so that doesn't happen. Hello, Peter. So if,
Hello,
for example,
Peter.
you think he was going to do crime, she should at least have a burner phone.
Mm-hmm.
One of the reasons why drug dealers have burner phones is so shit like that doesn't happen. They can just get rid of the phone, and only because it was cheap, it didn't really matter if you get rid of it. Police say a warrant will be issued for her arrest if she does not show up for a court appearance of the incident. Bell says she hopes her story. Currently watching on mute. Seems kind of pointless. No, you can hear it then. Let's see how Peter Allen's a cunt. There we go. Bell says she hopes her story will remind others to meet up at a police station if selling goods. That's not going to change much, is it?
Oh, really?
Thankfully, Samantha was able to get a new phone for her daughter on Craigslist without incident after arranging the wrongly do at secure location. Okay, thanks, Peter. Anyway, we're at the end, so if anyone has anything to shell now. Yeah, what about Wisconsin? Anyone have anything to show?
Pumpkin Trucker Channel. Don't know what time I'm starting. I haven't figured it out yet. Going to Silver Spring, Maryland.
Anyway, so thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Oh, hell, well, you're all a bunch of cunts. Goodbye.
See ya.